¿Cuánto de tu propia historia, que perdiste a tu papá en la Segunda Guerra Mundial, tiene que ver con que te hayas comprometido tanto con la búsqueda de las madres de Malvinas?
Well, I guess losing my father obviously has something to do with it, I would suggest. But maybe in later years, seeing my mother lose her husband. So then I wrote to the Foreign Office in London, and they said it's none of our business. It's the business of the Legislative Council of the Falkland Islands. Oh, really? Well, okay. So I found out who they were, and I wrote a letter to Sharon Halford. I wasn't trying to pressure her, I was just telling her my truth. And I never heard back from her. But I've been told that maybe that letter had some effect. And they did eventually grant permission for a forensic team to go into Darwin Cemetery, since when I believe we've identified 102 of the 122 dead Argentine soldiers. I just have a particular affinity to war because I'm so against war, because wars by and large are so futile, and the war these children were killed in particularly could have been avoided if the Prime Minister of England at the time, Margaret Thatcher, hadn't needed the battle and the death in order to reinstate her popularity in a country that by and large had rejected her. Because there was a peace plan on the way. Haig, dare I say, was suggesting it. And many commentators from the time had said this was completely unnecessary, this letter. So it was Thatcher sinking the Belgrano. I'm not saying that Galtieri didn't make a huge mistake by invading the islands in the first place. Of course he did. So the blame doesn't all lie on one side.
¿Qué crees que va a pasar cuando te encuentres con las mamás de Malvinas? ¿Cómo va a ser ese encuentro? ¿Qué te imaginas?
Well, I'm happy to hear the story, obviously, that's great. You're going to have to keep them away from me at La Plata because I have to work. I'll be a blubbering wreck, staggering about. No, I won't. I know they're coming, and I can't wait to see them. And actually, it will only help me do my work. That is what energizes me. That's why I do the job that I do. We don't have to speak to each other because we will inevitably shed tears, and I will hold our hands and we will hug each other and we will look into each other's eyes, and we will know that the fact that they are now closer to their boys makes me closer to them, and in some small way encourages all of us in the world to be just a hair's breadth closer to each other.